Hey guys, welcome to Far Cry Primal. I'm here to show you all the tameable mounts that you can get in the game. I don't know why I said mounts, but let's get started because I have a load to go through and we'll try and do it in the 15-minute time that I have. So first is what I'm going to refer to as the African Wild Dog. Okay, it only has 1 on strength and 2 on speed, but it has 4 on stealth. It makes it a great hunter because after you've asked it to kill a target, it will skin, carcass and gather the resources for you after the kill. So you don't have to go running after and hunting it down yourself. You can just leave the dog to do it for you. And also he'll find resources while you are standing still. Oh, it's coming from behind. Now I say African Wild Dog because when you look at it, that's what I see. Okay, it's a cute little guy, basic dog, and he makes real funny little noises. That sounds a little bit like a hyena. Now the next one up from that is the rare version, which is this guy. Now he gains 1 bar on strength and the same stats as before as the other one, but this one is now resistant to fire. So because it's a rare one, when you're hunting the rare ones down, simply look on your map for the area you want to go to find the creature, and then press R3 button and you'll see the yellow. If it leaves behind a yellow trail, that's a rare creature, so you know then to go after him. And that's how I found this guy. And then obviously just throw some bait at it, and then you can, while they're eating, you can walk up and tame them. So it's the exact same thing. Again, these two, this one especially is slightly stronger. Very good for hunting because you don't have to go chasing after the kill to claim it. You can just leave him do the work. So again, now we have your first wolf. Now there are many wolves in the area of Oros. If I'm pronouncing that right, probably not. So simply a case of just grab the first one you come across. Now as you can see when he came on my screen there, my map got bigger because you can see more of an area, like hunting in a pack mentality I suppose. Your basic brown and grey colouring like a standard wolf I suppose. So this guy, they're more handy for like your resources because they make the map seem bigger. As you can see, he'll growl to warn off nearby enemies or predators, reveals 350 feet of terrain around you in the map, and reveals more territory on your mini-map. So again, great for resourcing. Now the next one to it is the white wolf. This is the very first one you tame in the game after you've had your vision, or after the owl of course, we don't really count that. And he's just 1 bar stronger. Now, so I've never actually, I don't think, used the wolf. I only tamed it because, well, you know, I want to tame all the creatures in the game, so that is why. So for quite a while I was using the white wolf until I hunted the African dog, and I wanted to use that because it was easier for resources. So pretty much bog standard wolf, well what I call bog standard. Okay, after that we have this guy, just the rare striped wolf. So pretty much the same as the other 2 wolves, except he is the strongest out of all 3 and he is resistant to fire. I won't tell a lie, I've only ever seen 1 of these, possibly 2 in my whole travels, with the grey wolf being really common, the white wolf second, but this is really rare to find. I just happened, the first wolf I came across after taming the white one was this guy, who looks like part badger, part angry border collie with a little bit of wolf just thrown in for the fun of it. So if you want to go for a wolf, he is the best of the 3 to get. Just head out to an area where there are loads of wolves, and then keep looking out for the yellow trails in your hunter vision until you find him. Okay, on to the second group of creatures, which you then log up from your skill chart. These guys, the medium-sized category. Now if I come at Crufts. And this is a Jaguar. Now Jaguars are purely built mainly for stealth, and they have this great ability that if they attack a target, they will not alert anyone else. So they can take him down nice and quietly, and no one's going to run off screaming. Well, in theory. So they're great hunters for people more than animals, especially if they try to do a stealth mission. As you can see, stealth is really high, speed is really good, strength not too bad. But if you want the best of these 2, then of course you'd go for the rare black Jaguar. Again, look out for the yellow trails, and of course because he's resistant to fire, but he's that stronger of the 3 bars rather than the 2. So he's probably a lot more, useful to summon in battle. Oop. Where's he going to come from? Left, right, here he comes. Now this is very realistic because it's not pure black. He's the typical brown and black with the spots still showing through, which if you've ever seen a black Jaguar, that's actually what they look like. So very realistically done there because you can still see the spots shining through. So if you're on a stealth mission, this is the best guy to use because he's the strongest of the two and also the most stealthiest. Okay, moving on to the Leopard. As you can see here, it has 3 on the strength, 4 on the speed, and 4 on stealth. So he's a good all-rounder. And his ability to tag nearby animals within a small radius. So he's really good for, I'd say, hunting in some sense if you're looking out for a creature or perhaps wild animals, because he will warn them off with his growl as well. A lot of animals do that. And you won't say, you know, worry about them sneaking up on you first. But there is a downside because you have to wait till you've got the snowproof clothing. You can go up into the snow mountains without it, but you will lose a lot of health points. So it's worth waiting just to upgrade your clothing so you can survive the cold elements. But it's absolutely beautiful, and I think they've captured the snow leopard really well. I did wonder if it was going to be a normal leopard, but no, they've stuck to a snow leopard, which I think is better. Okay, next we have the cave lion, which is, he is not as good as a leopard because obviously he's not as fast and he's not as stealthy, but whereas he alerts animals, he tags nearby enemies within a small radius. So this is handy if you're just giving a stroll through the woods and you want to keep an eye on where your enemies are. This guy will alert you, and I absolutely love this guy. I love the look of him. I especially love his eyes. I'll show you when he comes up close. Hello, boy. Look at those lovely blue eyes. Absolutely gorgeous. He even shrugged his eyebrows. So this one, when I first tamed him, I used him for the longest of time before I got the Sabre Tooth because I just love the look of him, and, well, that's what I was going for because, you know, they mostly have not much difference in attack, it seems to me. Of course, you'll feel differently when you get the really rare ones. So one up from that is the rare Black Lion, which is the same abilities, but anything different is resistant to fire, and of course one stronger. Rare animals always tend to have 1 bar extra on the strength, so it's always worth using them. Unless you're really bothered about colouring, which I'm not sure if you are, then just stick with what you had. You can see lovely smoky grey-blue fur and his bright orange eyes, absolutely gorgeous. Again, I really like the looks of these lions because I really think they've captured the look. Very hard to do. So let's move on now. I'm trying to do this quickly. Is on to the next group. Now these are the rare ones. And I find it's very hard to believe, but to unlock the 3rd tier of Tameable beasts, you also get the Badger, which I thought the Badger would be in the 1st tier, but it's not. It's in the 3rd, along with the Sabre and the Bears. I know it seems a bit weird, but there we go. And the benefit to this little guy is that he can actually revive himself. If he dies in battle, I'll say battle, he can revive himself once. And he's also immune to poison. But don't think they're easy to take down. When you're fighting them in the wild, they can take a right pounding. So don't think they'd be that easy to kill. And it's because of this little guy that actually bought the game, because I saw the trailer where the guy, you know, said, you know, I think I'll call you Keith. I loved the advert. I laughed so hard, I thought, you know what, I might give this game a try. Glad I did. As you can see, he's 3 on strength, his speed is slow, and he's got 3 on stealth. But he has those traits sort of thing, and don't doubt his size, okay? He's actually really strong. So next we're going to do the Badger. Bear. If it's too many bees. 4 on strength, 3 on speed, 2 on stealth. Now, has his ability to draw enemy attacks in battle, which is great for fighting. He uncovers and gives you nearby resources while you're standing idle, and he's also rideable. There are 2 actually bears you can get in the 3rd tier, but he is the only, say, rideable one. I think he can swim. I'm thinking that because, here he is, yep, he can swim. Look at him, doggy paddling. So only bears can swim, the sabres can't. Probably it's the cat thing, I don't know. Oh, he even shakes himself dry, look at the reason. Come here, Yogi. Show YouTube what a beautiful face you have. Oh, nope, we're going to ride it first. I was going to pet him, I'll pet him later. I'll just show you, get a quick idea for speed. I don't know if it's because he's bigger, but it doesn't feel as fast as if you're riding the Saber-tooth. But you can control them when you're on the back and they can do fighting, so it's all good. You're following me around again, aren't you? Look, I can't pet you unless you stay still. Well, obviously he doesn't want to show his face to YouTube. Come on. There you go. Took a while. Sort of glitched there. My hand's got a bit much to the right. There they are. So that is 1. After that, then we have the Saber-tooth. He is just as strong, but as you can see, he's a bit more stealthier, and his speed just goes right up through the roof. He's the fastest predator, and he's also rideable. He doesn't have, say, any traits like the other creatures have of anything of real use, but say he's really fast, which make him great for hunting, both people or humans I should say, and animals. And I love Diego. That's what I called him after Ice Age. I think he looks beautiful, hunts really well. At least, well, he's the strongest thing I had until I unlocked the master class ones. So again, I'll just ride him to show you, because I think he's faster. I'm not going to bother riding the, what I call the master class Saber-tooth, because he runs about the same speed. Obviously, they're both the fastest, so not much point. Okay, the last one for the third tier is this guy. He is purely for fighting. Oh, hello, Diego. He's got 5 on strength, 3 on speed, only 1 on stealth, and his only main trait is to draw enemy attacks. Now, I called this guy Mordu, but I think I should call the other bear Mordu, and I'll show you why later on. Okay, he's big, he's black, and I can't understand why he's not rideable. It's not black, actually, sorry, he's grey-ish, brown, something like that. I don't understand why the bigger of the two bears can't be ridden, but there you go. But he says great in battle if you want to go purely against things, but, excuse me, be warned, even he will struggle against an elder mammoth and will not survive that, so don't think he's indestructible. Okay, last but not least, we have the free ones. These are the master class ones that have to be defeated in battle before you can tame them. So don't just think you're going to throw a bit of meat at it and it's going to eat it and you can tame it like the usual. You have to defeat it first, wait till it's lying down defeated, and then walk up to it and tame it. So we've got 5 strength, 3 speed, 2 stealth, and the ability, oh my throat, to draw enemy attacks in battle. Where is he? That one's running off. So this one I should have called Mordu because he has spears and arrows jutting out of his back. That's probably why you can't ride him. As you can see, he's got a battle-scarred face. It's like a lightning bolt. He wasn't too bad, this quest to tame him, so don't worry about it. He looks horrific, but so he's actually not the hardest one. The next one we have, this is my favourite because he's got full strength, full speed, and 3 on stealth. He doesn't have any traits that like the other ones have, but so he's just purely fast, which is great for hunting. And I tamed him first there are 4 quests in total. 3 you can tame, 1 you just have to kill, which is a big mammoth. I mean really big. So this is the first one, and it's actually the saber-tooth you encounter at the very start of the game. I won't explain because it might be a bit of a spoiler. He's got like scars down his neck, he's got this nice tiger print going on, and so you can actually ride him. So he's one of the best ones you can actually have for pure strength. Now, last but not least is this guy, the Snowblood Wolf. He's got good strength, normal speed, and good stealth. Like the other wolves, he warns off enemies and predators, reveals the map on both accounts. But be warned, oh, it's getting dark. The quest to tame him is a nightmare because you don't just face off with him. There is 2 other leader of the pack wolves and also a whole pack of wolves that you have to fight off. So you're not dealing with just one, you have to fight all them off as well. Thankfully I had my Saber-tooth and made it a lot easier. As you can see, so he's a more white wolf, but he's just covered in blood to make him look a bit more aggressive. But again, say the map becomes a lot bigger. Oh, that's really funny, wolves do that. They just pee randomly, it's quite funny. So there you go, guys. These are all the animals that you can tame in the world of Far Cry Primal. I hope you've enjoyed this vid. I hope this has been of some help to you. Let me know in the comments what your favourite one is to tame and use in battle. And I'll see you again in the next vid coming soon. Have a good day now.